Hey guys, welcome back to Statistically Lying. My name is Jayat, and today I'm going to talk about why I got myself a ChatGPT Pro subscription or the OpenAI Premium subscription. If you need to know about the Indians in the business, it's a little Indians are a little hesitant to pay for software, and you always try to get around the paywall. I am guilty of doing that on several accounts as well. Since now I can afford to pay, I got myself the premium subscription, and it has been really amazing. Before I tell you how I have been using it and how it has been great for me, I want to tell you about a certain mindset that led to this. So I read this book. I finished this book called Psychology of Money, in which one of the points the author states is that money is not a destination. Money is a tool to achieve your goals. So instead of me thinking of this 2500 in INR or 23 roughly 23 USD per month as an expenditure, I consider it as an investment into a better job, into my learning, into better future for myself. So this mindset was something that had to be changed for me to understand that yeah, this money I'm not just spending it casually. I'm actually putting it in something that is useful for me. That has been important for me because earlier I would have been like, okay, there's a free version of it. I just make do with that. And I was making do with that. But I was not really growing as much because, of course, there's a limitation to that. And that's why I got myself the premium version and it has been amazing. If you are like me, so the kind of person I am, I ask GPT a lot of questions. There are a lot of things you can obviously Google, but there are certain things you might not know how to frame a question because you don't know what exactly you're asking for. You have like a vague sort of question in your mind. That is where GPT and all these LLM tools, AI tools come into play. You can ask them this roughly this sort of question, and they might brainstorm something. They will ask you, "Is this what you want?" Or they give you the solution. They figure it out. Okay, this is what you want because you're not reinventing the wheel anyway. They'll be good at that, and that has been very helpful for me because I am the kind of person who asks a lot of questions. It could be very simple, dumb questions, and that that ChatGPT will not judge me. And there will be like questions that I will not be able to frame. Since my knowledge is far lesser than what ChatGPT is trained on, it's very easy for me to use that knowledge. I'm going to tell you how I have been using ChatGPT to build a recent project of mine. I'm working on something called a customer analytics dashboard using a data I've acquired from Kaggle. The main part is not to do any kind of big data analysis or some extensive model building, whereas I'm basically teaching myself REST APIs. So I'm teaching myself Flask and Streamlit. So Streamlit is a library to build the front end of of my dashboard, and the Flask is the one I'm using to get data from the backend, right? So I'm building kind of that, and I intend to package the entire thing into a Docker. So these are the three things that I'm learning on using this project. The goal of this project is not to build any kind of extensive EDA or nothing like that. And any kind of EDA code that I'm doing it on I'm having ChatGPT do that because that is not something I want to learn. I have done EDA. That's not a big thing. The main thing is how to build the front end and the back end and package the entire thing. So now you can see how I'm using, like I have extensively asked everything in this, like no, I've asked a lot of questions. I've asked GPT to debug the code for me, optimize the code for me. I've asked many questions that this is the error I'm getting, why I'm getting the error, what are the troubleshooting points that are there, and what that needs to be taken care of. I've asked GPT all these questions, and there has been no problem at all. It has helped me debug it every time, optimize the code, noted the points for me in which I'm doing things correctly, given the points for me where I can troubleshoot each point and figure out okay, this is this part where it might be gone wrong or not, right? Um, so that has been extremely helpful. The lack of limits is has been amazing because I can just ask n number of questions. When I say n number of questions, it's been literally n number of questions. I'm using the ChatGPT 4.0 model with the Canvas. The Canvas is used to generate the code as well. There's a beta model as well for the mini version, but that has a weekly rate limit. I just found out that, but that's okay. 4.0 does it good enough for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and this is why I have been using ChatGPT for me, and it's been really great. And I would really suggest if you can afford it, especially to an Indian, if an Indian is watching this, if you can afford it, you must buy it because I know it's a little expensive from our economy perspective. Obviously, if it is within your budget only, then you should go for it. There are obviously other ways of doing it. You can go for Stack Overflow and things like that. But GPT makes life a lot more easier. So yeah, so there was a question for me was Claude versus ChatGPT. Um, and I did my research on Reddit. I read blogs. I watched a few videos to understand which one is better for me. Claude is essentially what I was looking for. It was great. I used Claude, the free version of Claude, in my time. It has great answers. Gives a it's great. Like for a data scientist like me, it has been a great experience. I have been using it the free version back in my office for brainstorming and everything. But the problem is the message limits. The limits are really low for someone like me who asks a lot of questions. The limits are very low for me, and even with the premium version, it just gives you like three times the limit. So it's not really much for me to go on. Cloud is something I wish I could buy, and it's put in the same price as well. So price is not the issue here. That's about it. If you have been watching it here, thanks a lot, guys. I have been on a hiatus due to work and lack of creativity as well. So thanks a lot for watching here, and bye bye. Have a nice day.